Senator Paul Sarbanes represented the state of Maryland at the national level, and he was a local, a guy that came out of Baltimore who was committed to the community. And he really understood the need to show the respect and remembrance for our nation's fallen firefighters. He was the champion of the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation.
The fact that he was so interested in firefighter health and safety, the fact that he actually put the legislation in to create the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation just shows how much he cared about people. And you don't always see that in elected officials. They make lots of decisions, and sometimes they don't seem to be helpful to individuals. Paul Sarbanes worried about every firefighter. He worried about everybody in the profession, and he wanted to do everything he could during his tenure to help them.
So naming this award after Senator Sarbanes was the most appropriate thing that the Congressional Fire Services Institute and the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation could do, because Senator Sarbanes was committed to ensuring the safety of the American Fire Service. And through the Everyone Goes Home program and the 16 life safety initiatives, it became a direct link between his work and the work of our organizations to ensure that everyone goes home.
Unfortunately, Paul Sarbanes passed away since we last met. And I can't think of a better way, a more fitting way to recognize the work that he did than to keep this award alive, keep it in his name, and have some terrific recipients like we do this year who will get the award.
This award is being presented to the National Volunteer Fire Council and the Volunteer and Combination Officer Section of the International Association of Fire Chiefs, because both those organizations partnered to create a document that is cutting-edge best practices relative to reducing the outcomes of firefighter cancers. The Lavender Report highlights some of the latest information available relative to this topic as cancer continues to become a major concern within our fire service community.
We have dealt for so long with so many issues that impact this occupation, this profession, and at the same time, cancer, I think, for many years was just ignored. It was just thought to be a natural occurrence, and people really were not associating it with an occupational disease like they did heart and lung. That has certainly changed, and changed for the better.
This document has some of the most cutting-edge information, best practices in addressing the issue of firefighter cancers within our industry. The two organizations work together in a fashion to ensure that valuable components needed to be passed on to the fire service were shared in a very easy document that could be transmitted throughout the fire service community.
I think to recognize two organizations that have done so much work in helping to provide information for preventing this horrible disease and mitigating cancers when they do occur, and bringing attention to the types of cancers that can occur to firefighters as a result of their work. Things you wouldn't have thought of is tremendous. So for the National Volunteer Fire Council and the Volunteer and Combination Officers section of the IFC, our hats are off as the recipients for this year.
The NVFC and VCOS have really been committed to support the members that they represent. One individual in particular, Chief Jim Seavey, who's a good friend of mine, was really committed to trying to make a difference with the cancer issues in the fire service. Ultimately, he died of cancer. And so the efforts are really in his honor, but to help all firefighters to take this out of our industry.